Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having an amazing day. If you're new here, my name's Imran. I'm a doctor working in the NHS, and on this channel we will be looking at how to make better decisions in our lives and hopefully become happier. I recently purchased an electric car for the first time, a Tesla Model 3 to be precise. I will share with you my thoughts on why I ditched the combustion engine. I'll go through the things that I looked at to come to my decision to go electric, including factors such as cost, the environment, charging, performance, maintenance, and what I think the future holds for electric in the UK. If you like what you see, click the bell icon and subscribe to the channel where I'll be posting more great content for you. So let's start by looking at why I personally would buy an electric car. I'm the kind of person that likes new technology, and although electric cars have been around for a while, the initial offerings were dire. But you can now get a decent looking vehicle with all the modern cons you would with a petrol equivalent, and they can travel a decent distance now before they need charging. You can get an electric car that drives smoothly with a decent ride, with choices from some of the world's top car manufacturers such as Mercedes and Audi, for example. Some people won't get an electric car as they worry it will make them stand out, but I guess that depends on where you live. One of my friends tells me he just loves the roar of a petrol engine, to which I take the opposite view. Think how quiet the roads would be if everyone went electric. I also hate the fumes. Anyway, let's look at the factor that everyone will ask about, and this is the cost of buying a new electric car in the first place. Electric cars in the UK are still relatively expensive compared to their petrol counterparts. Sure, in China you can get a new electric vehicle for around £2,400, but I can't see that happening in the UK anytime soon. The price of an electric vehicle in the UK is still high, even with government grants for brand new low emission vehicles. You can also get a grant towards installing a charger point in your own home and benefit from zero road tax. You also don't have to pay the excess luxury car tax for the first 4 years. There are lots of other financial reasons why buying an electric car can make sense at the moment. Those of you that have companies can write off the value of an electric vehicle as a company expense. There is a very low benefit in kind rate, which is effectively another tax you have to pay on a company car. This might also be useful to you if you're employed through something called salary sacrifice. Tax rules are subject to change, so you'll need to speak to your accountant for financial advice specific to your situation. In the UK, you may be charged to drive into certain cities. Typically, this is called a congestion charge. The good news is that electric vehicles may have reduced or exemption from such charges altogether. You may think that this is something that's currently only affecting people that live in London, but it will be coming to other cities soon. So at the moment there's lots of tax breaks, as I call them, if you've got an electric car. They also might apply to hybrids, which are vehicles that also have a combustion engine in addition to a battery powering them. But these tend to have comparatively low range when you use them on only electric mode. And then you have all the headaches with a combustion engine, such as oil changes, exhaust, catalytic converters and all that. Electric cars are said to be more reliable, don't break down as much, and need less repairs than their petrol counterparts. Serving costs tend to be lower too, but only time will tell if this continues to hold. However, bear in mind tax rules do change. Remember when we were told that diesel was a clean fuel, and then we all went out, including myself, and got diesel cars, and then the tax on them went up. Also remember, car insurance might be more expensive for electric vehicles. This could be because they are more costly to repair if you're in an accident, and possibly because they can offer more performance. So insurance is another cost that you need to do your homework on. Depreciation is currently not too bad for some electric vehicles. However, this could change a few years down the line as new technology arrives. I try and get around this risk by leasing vehicles rather than buying them, but that's a topic for another video. So let's start with the fundamentals. Where are you going to park and charge your new electric motor? The best place in my view is to charge at your own home using your domestic electricity supply. Remember something called Economy 7, where you could get cheaper electricity overnight? Well, there are suppliers out there that still offer cheap off-peak electricity that you can use to charge your car. You could plug your vehicle into a standard UK socket, but then your car might literally take days to charge. This is where a dedicated home charging solution comes in. This needs an electrician to install it, but it can typically half the time taken to charge an electric car. Obviously, this will vary between the make and model of car that you buy. If, like me, you don't drive too far to work every day, you can charge your car to almost full overnight, ready for the next day. So that to me is a full tank of charge every day. for very little cost compared to a tank of fuel. In any case, there's going to be a cable going from your house to the car. So if you don't have access to your own driveway or a garage, this may be a problem. For those of you that are living in flats or leasehold properties, you might have to get permission from your landowner, which can be declined or given, but again at another cost. If you can't charge at home, you might be able to charge at work, but again this depends on your employer. Failing this, you'll have to use public chargers. You need to do your research on this one before you buy your electric car. You might have to drive long distances to actually get to a charger, and in the UK at least, they are owned by several different companies, each with their own sign-up process. You might have to install an app for each one of them before you can use that company's particular charge, and they all have different rates. They could charge you per unit of electricity, or for the time that you're connected to their charging point. Some manufacturers have their own networks of chargers, such as Tesla, and they may offer you a certain allowance of free miles as an incentive to purchase one of their vehicles. You may also be able to access free chargers. At the moment, I think the ones in Tesco are free, but the downside is that they don't tend to be the quickest around, and I'm pretty sure Tesco won't be happy if you leave your car overnight in one of their car parks. Where I live in Lancashire, most public car charge points tend to be empty rather than occupied most of the time, but this may not be the case where you live. The apps can sometimes tell you if a charger is free before you drive to it in real time. In future, as electric vehicles get more popular, you might have to queue for a charge point, and it's going to be much longer than the few minutes you will wait in a petrol station line. So you're potentially going to be queuing for the charging point, and then your vehicle can be tied up whilst it's charging. Leaving your car in the charging point after it's completed charging could also land you with a hefty penalty. So there's a lot to take in there from my first video on electric cars, but there's a ton of information I have to share with you. Will you be buying an electric car? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be recording more guides over the coming weeks, so please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again in the next video.